just want to show you a couple of different applications for magic structure. This is a taller one, and this is one that's not hung from inside of a dock well where you tie it on your dock. This one is one where it's out in open water. It can be anywhere around a dock. And so basically, if you'll take the magic structure, and this is 2 units tied together. And so if you tie this onto a cinder block, and then if you float it with a jug, you can see that the crappies, they will tend to want to spread out in the water column. And so if they're deep, the fish will be down lower, and like during the day when the sunlight is high. And then as the evening progresses, they'll move up toward the top of this structure. So if you have a deep water area where you're fishing that holds a lot of crappies, this is how you're going to want to set this structure up. And if you have a little bit shallower water, this is a single unit right here, you can float this unit. Now nobody knows where that unit is at, and if you just mark that on your GPS, that's the way to do it. And again, the great thing here is that all this stuff is just totally snag proof. It doesn't make any difference if a lure comes, it just rotates. If the lure comes and gets in there, it's just almost impossible for you to get your fish snagged. If you've got to get a few of these in an area to hold a school of fish. And so, just some things to keep in mind. Also, remember that you want the top of this unit about 10 feet down below the surface during the summertime, because when they draw the lake down, you're only going to have about 4 feet above this, and you don't want boats hitting that thing. Also, most of your crappies during the day will be in the top of this structure. And so the way that crappies hunt is that the minnows will be swimming above the shad and whatever the bait fish are. And so you're going to want to make an area that they can ambush from. And so you'll want this to be about 10 feet under the water, the top of this thing. The reason being that your thermocline is at about the 10-foot zone in the summertime. And so the fish the crappies and the bass will be in this area. They'll ambush from this area up into the water column. And so if you set these right, you'll have them at the right depth so that you won't have any interference with your lures and so forth, and your crappies will school at 10 feet, and you'll be able to drop your bait down, and the crappies will come right to your bait. So that's a way to set them up. Again, if you're in deep water, you're going to hold more fish, and if you look at the PDF file that's on the website, you're going to be able to see the different applications to lay these things out. We have these things out in the Lake of the Ozarks, and they're really killer. So kind of think about how you would set up your artificial forest, because it's a lot better than using wood. Wood goes bad, wood snags, wood has all kinds of problems. It doesn't stay spread out. This stuff stays spread out, it stays high in the water column, and you never have to replace it. So just some ideas for you. There you go.